Promises burn, ashes in the wind. Scripts they wrote, soaked in sin. Voices silenced, buried deep, but the roots grow strong, they never sleep. Oh, steel and greed won't build a home, can't kill the truth with a hollow throne. Hands will rise, clenched and fixed, history's patterns, they won't be missed. Echoes linger, they're drilled home. Can't kill the truth with a hollow drone. Hands will rise, clenched in fists, history's patterns, they won't be missed.
Well, hello and welcome to the first ever Truth Podcast Live. Truth Podcast going out to the YouTube channels and also onto Twitter. Now, what is it that we're all about? Well, as Orwell would have said, in times of universal deceit, telling the truth will be a revolutionary act. And we're living in times in where that we don't know what to believe. We see our politicians, our government lying on basically every occasion that they talk to us. They're economical with the truth. They hide the truth. They don't tell us the full truth in order that they can mask exactly what's going on. Well, here at Truth Podcast, we aim to scratch the surface, to tell the real stories on behalf of the people. So I'd like to ask each and every one of you to give us a like, to give us a love, to give us a share, to subscribe to the channel in order that we can grow and in order that we can bring you stories from real people who have been maybe victims of particular incidents. Now, this week I was particularly drawn by a man that is the TUV deputy leader here in Northern Ireland, a man called Ron McDole. And Ron gave a heartfelt delivery of things that are happening on the Shankill, which are causing real concerns for ordinary people in the Shankill area. So I would like for everyone to listen to Ron here. And firstly, he'll explain about an agenda that I must say that I knew nothing about. And I'm sure you will find this as shocking as I did whenever I heard it.
Now, the Belfast Agenda, you may or may not have heard of it, is a plan to bring in 66,000 new citizens into the city, not into Northern Ireland, but into Belfast by 2035. 66,000 people into Belfast by 2035. And you think of how that will be a dramatic change, that will be a swift change in culture, in values, in traditions, in areas overnight.
We want to talk to people that are victims of these problems that are happening. What we want to do is that we want to tell the real stories. We want to bring those stories to you. We're going to have several live interviews with knowledgeable people on specific subjects. Ron McDole, TUV Deputy Leader, being one. Just really to talk about things in general, what's happening in the community, you know, the highlights, the highs, the lows, you know, the successes, the problems, the detriment, everything that's happening from within the community that Ron serves. So we're going to be speaking to Ron in the coming weeks here live on Truth Podcast. We also have Ben Habib, who's offered to come on, and we're going to be talking to Ben about the problems that are happening right across and right around the United Kingdom, about the problems from within UK politics at the minute, and how that it is that many people are turning against politicians in the political system because they just won't listen to people's concerns, because they just won't do the jobs that they're meant to do, namely to serve and protect the people. So Ben Habib also coming very, very soon on the Truth Podcast. Another man that we have lined up is the leader of UKIP, a guy called Nick Pinconi. Now, if you're familiar with YouTube and social media, you'll see Nick going around the country. Also, I'm seeing a video of Nick this morning over across in Kelly, in where that he had a loud hailer, and he's tackling the NGOs, that's the non-governmental organisations, which are facilitating bringing people from a safe country, namely France, where they are refugees, and where they, once they cross that channel, they become economic migrants, because the rules and regulations towards this refugee status is that they're meant to stop in the first safe country that they arrive in, but they cross many countries to get to the United Kingdom. But Nick's a great man at highlighting that type of thing. We're going to have Nick Pinconi on Truth Podcast very soon. Another man that we have lined up for the podcast would be a YouTuber, a man with a sense of humour. You know, a man called, he goes by the name of Reverend Simon Sideways on YouTube. So also we have Simon lined up to come on. We have several people here from Northern Ireland. A man called John Ross, also a TVV member. John Ross has also agreed to come on. So over the coming days and weeks, we will be bringing you live interviews to Truth Podcast. Truth will set you free. And I'll add to that by saying, you know, without truth, there can be no justice. Now, in closing, I'm going to play a theme tune, which we had created using AI. AI generates the song, it will generate the words, and then you have the ability to go in and change the words to suit yourself. So, Truth Podcast has a theme tune, and we're going to play it on the way to this broadcast. So, all's left for me to say is I hope you enjoyed the first podcast, the Truth Podcast, and we will be back soon with more truths, with more stories of ordinary people, and also with live interviews. Thanks very much for watching, and don't forget, if you're on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, also hit the notification button. Please share this podcast out with your friends, and I look forward to speaking to you all soon on the next Truth Podcast. Playing us out with the Truth Podcast theme tune, Truth Will Rise.
Shouts in the square, they're too proud to hear. Blindfolds on tight, driven by fear. Hands in their pockets, hearts made of stone. Kings on a throne, yet utterly alone. The truth will rise, it breaks the chains. Through cracks and walls, it floods the veins. You can't control what eyes will see. The truth will fight to set us free. Promises burn, ashes in the wind. Scripts they wrote, soaked in sin. Voices silenced, buried deep. But the roots grow strong, they never sleep. The truth will rise, it breaks the chains. Through cracks and walls, it floods the veins. You can't control what eyes will see. The truth will fight to set us free.
Well, as you see, people, what we've got is we've got sale agreed signs on the gates of Stormont. So there's what's happening, sale agreed. Now, whilst it's sale agreed, it doesn't mean to say that it's sold yet, and we can change things. We can change and turn things around.
Ashes in the wind, scripts they wrote, soaked in sin. Voices silenced, buried deep, but the roots grow strong. They never sleep. The truth will rise, it breaks the chains. Through cracks and walls, it floods the veins. You can't control what eyes will see. The truth will fight to set us free. Steal and greed won't build a home. Can't kill the truth with a hollow door. Hands will rise, clenched in fists. History's patterns, they won't be missed. Echoes linger, they're deaf to the call. The house of glass, destined to fall. Clouds will break, bring light to the dark. A spark ignites, it leaves a mark.
Christianity was the blanket which wrapped us, but protected the United Kingdom's values and culture, and through which our fantastic democracy, our judicial system, our common law, our hunger for knowledge, our preparedness for diversity of thought, all of that came out of those roots.